Alright YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Been a long hiatus for now, but we are back and we've been playing this Naturia deck and it's super dope and I'm going to show you why. So let's get into the deck profile. So first we're going to start off with 3 Mole Cricket. This is the main starter of the deck. So it has 2 effects. The first one is you can quick effect in the main phase tribute it to special summon a Naturia from your deck, and if your opponent has the highest attack monster or if it's equal, you can summon 2. So that lets you do a bunch of crazy plays. And then the second effect is if it's in the graveyard and you summon a Naturia from your extra deck, or your opponent summons a monster from the extra deck, you can special it back out. So he's always coming back during your opponent's turn, letting you do plays. So yeah, he's super important. And then along with that, you play the other new Naturia card, the Camellia. Super important card. It has 3 effects. Super crazy. The first effect is if it's normal or special, you send a Naturia to the grave. So that enables you to do a lot of stuff. Its second effect is you can mill 2 cards if you were to use the effect of a Naturia monster by tributing. So you just mill 2 for this. In this deck we like to mill because we play the Ishizu cards, and like the Naturia tree are super crazy. And its third effect is if your opponent normal or specials while it's on the field, you can summon back a Naturia from a graveyard and it doesn't target. So it's super crazy. And yeah, this guy lets you do a lot of interactive stuff with your opponent. On their turn, you can play on their turn. It's our turn now. Yu-Gi-Oh! 2022 is our turn. But the main reason we play this guy, the engine, is to summon out Naturia Sunflower. Just play one of these. I didn't want to play any of the other weird ones because they're just like bricks and they're just like really bad. You only really need this one anyways because you negate monster effects. But when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you contribute with this and a Naturia card to negate it and destroy that card. So it's super powerful because along with this, you can just mill 2 to destroy. And then since this is once per turn to mill effect instead, you get 2 negates. So the first time you mill and the second time you sack both of these off. So super cool card. You can bring it out of the graveyard with this, and you can summon it out of the deck with this. So you always have access to a monster negate on your end board. It's super crazy. But that's it for the Naturia cards. Now we play the Ishizu engine. We start with Madura because this is the best one because we're playing Gravekeeper's Trap. And yeah, we want to search Gravekeeper's Trap, put it on our field, get exchange to the graveyard, lockout tier deck. That's basically what this deck is. It's like a hard counter to tier limits, which is good because that's the tier 0 deck. So play 3 of these. Along with that, we also play the Keldo to search this or any earth fairies from our deck. Mainly the Ishizu guys, and then this guy too can also search Exchange of the Spirit, which is a Wombo Cheese combo with Madura and the Gravekeeper's Trap. You can just instantly lock out to your decks. And then we play 3 Kelbeck. This is the hand trap guy, and also because we like milling in this deck, we like to hit this guy. It's a good also search target for the Gravekeepers on your opponent's turn. And then we just play the 1 Agito, just to do like the combo where you can discard these 2, mill, search this one, summon it because your opponent just milled. And yeah, it's just another extra name for the milling. And because we play a lot of earth fairies, we play the Herald along with these guys. Strong negate, but more earth fairies. We play the Vernusylph cards. These are crazy because you can discard this and a monster. You could search an earth fairy and then it reborns any earth in your grave. So this guy comes up because we play like some interesting cards to reborn for free. And just to search this card and have more earth fairies in the deck, we play the Vernusylph one, the fairy girl. This one basically searches this one and then reborns the earth. So it's a really good extender to do combo plays. The only downside to these guys is that once you activate their effect, you are locked into only playing earth effects for the rest of the turn. So either way, when you go first, you just do your non-earth effects, and then you just save these for the very end when you're about to need an extended play and you're locked in. So, but what's good with these guys is the Kashtira Fenrirs. We played 2 of those. I was playing 3 at one point, but I would always draw 2, and then would just have like way too many cloggy hands with Kashtiras, so I cut it down to 2, and this has been fine. Super good mill target because you can reborn them with these guys. And yeah, this card's super powerful. Attack, banish stuff. Super crazy interaction to have on your end boards if you ever draw it. But if you mill it, you can always reborn it, so it's super good. And because we're like anti-tier decks, play the Magna Hut 2 to just search them, the other ones. And yeah, super strong. And we play the 2 Druid Worm as targets, 1 to search each one. Super standard. And we play more in the side deck for extra tier hate, so we just needed some in the main deck to not get blown out by tiers if we don't hit any shuffle back guys or anything like that. So yeah, we just play 1 Foolish Goods and 1 for 1 as like the power spells. Not multiples of this because I hate drawing multiples of it and it just becomes dead, so you only want to activate 1 anyways, just to get your trap to the graveyard, and like the Naturia trap to search stuff. And yeah, this is just like a little engine starter. The same with this. Obviously this is at 1 or you play more of it, but summons Cricket and get your deck started. So, and you can discard good cards to the graveyard for this, like the shuffle backs and stuff like that. So, and then for the last spells we play our 3 Naturia Blessing. This card's crazy because it's a reborn not once per turn for a Naturia from your hand or grave, and it doesn't target. Or quick synchro, but you don't usually do that too much. But yeah, you just want, I like playing 3 of it because then you can have infinite search targets and you don't have to shuffle it back all the time. So that you play more like crazy, you can do more combos. And the last 3 Naturia Spun Traps are the tree. Not once per turn. If this is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Naturia card. So it gets access to your whole engine, and more importantly, the blessing. So you can go for infinite plays. And yeah, while this is on the field too, you can activate it. It tributes a earth insect to summon an earth plant, or an earth plant to summon an earth insect. So that affects once per turn, but the search effect isn't once per turn when it goes to grave, so that's what's crazy about it. And yeah, this card is insane. And the last 2 traps we play are 1 Gravekeeper's Trap for Madura, and 1 Exchange of the Spirit to mill, hopefully, or you can search this with Keldo and discard it on their turn. It's crazy, and then it shuts down the tier decks and any other deck that like interacts with the graveyard. So that's why we play that. Super crazy cards. And yeah, Gravekeepers is really ignorant because you can search. You can discard this to search with this, and then you get +2 on that because the Sacred Tree is crazy. So yeah, that's the main deck. 40 and no more. For the side deck, because it's Naturia deck, we obviously play the boss, Natty Beast. FTK against Runic or Sky Striker decks. Yeah, usually end your board with this guy for extra protections. 1 Naturia Barkion for when you play against trap decks, or you can make this like if you need to stop Suliak, you can negate it. Yeah, stuff like that lets you auto win against trap decks, so that's pretty much what you make it for. I play 1 of these 10s. This could be Baron, or you could play both if you want, but realistically you don't make this very often. It's only when you like beast steal someone, and then you can summon it with the tuner 4, the Camellia. But again, like, I didn't want to get a Baron just because you're not going to make it that often anyways, even though Baron is broken. But this guy's cool for now because you can trigger it with the Ishizu cards, the shuffle backs, and then you get free banishes, and it gets huge. It gets really big and attacks over everything you need to. So it's just a cool card that you can play play in certain situations. Other people play the Crystron guy or like Trishul and stuff, but again, like sometimes like that guy doesn't come up as much. I would maybe play the Crystron one, but because it clears a lot of stuff on the board, but that's the only one. But it's impossible to find because it only comes from one set. But anyways, that's it for synchros. For XCs, this is the first one we need to talk about because it's the most important one. Usually make this going first because you make a lot of level 4s and you have a lot of good cards to discard off his draw effect, and he just helps you get into more cards, which is crazy. And when you go second, you can detach 2 to make a guy double his attack, so you can go for game that way. And I usually don't do the reborn effect because it makes you skip your main phase next turn, so you have to like have a setup to just OTK, which is, you know, kind of weird because you go straight to your battle phase after you do that. So, but mainly for that, the draw power, this card's insane. Obviously, it's a rank 4 spam deck. Play Dweller. Make this for when you can't set up the Gravekeeper's trap. And yeah, just Dweller's Dweller, and you just beat cheers with it. This is when you get de-shifted by bird decks or road decks. Super easy to make. Nothing to explain about that. I play Cowboy because time rules, but this could also be an Exciton Knight. Exciton Knight is crazy, but Cowboy is also crazy. So Zeus, obviously, because all the exceeds, and Dweller Zeus is a super crazy combo, so we play that. Nothing to say about that. Those are the exceeds. For links, we play Link Karibo because the cricket is link level 1, and you can end your board with this to protect your like negate guys so they don't get attacked. It's better than like playing Stink Bug, just because that card does super brick, so I'd rather just not even play that and block the attacks with my extra deck, which is crazy. Play 1 Link 2 Ausa, just could reborn like Ishizu tiers like level 4s, or like against Kashtira, you reborn their guys, which is crazy. Mainly the Fenrir, and yeah, just a good Link 2. You could also play Dark since we play Link Karibo, so you can make Dark. Yeah, might be a good consideration. Cerberus, because it's a generic Earth, pops guys on the board, helps you clear the board. IP, this is another end board card for the end board, sorry, because it helps you protect your guys again, like if you ever have them on the board or anything you don't want attacked. And this is a card that we're going to talk about near the end because it helps facilitate a board I make, which is like a super lock, and you'll see here. And Unicorn for when going second or first with IP is a good combo to shuffle back stuff. Or if you're not locked into Earths going second, you can use this to break boards. We play 1 Under Goddess because this deck summons a lot of times, and you can make this fairly easily to get over just problem towers, monsters, or like any weird guys that you can't deal with your regular deck. And this is the saved for last because we'll explain how we make this. It's usually part of my end board to protect everything from getting attacked. You have to attack this, and yeah, so the end board's usually Avermax, Nat Beast, or I mean, usually end like this. Like you have IP, Link Karibo pointing down to it, and Dugaris. So usually end like this, and then in your graveyard you'll have Cricket and so you usually have Cricket in graveyard because obviously that's how the combos start. So when on your turn, this is grave, don't forget. So on your turn, say they try to attack this, you can link those all off into Avermax. Now they have to attack this, and you have Natty Beast protected. And if they summon from the extra deck, the Cricket comes out. Quick effect of Cricket is going to summon Camellia from your deck, and at the same time you can send the Sunflower to your graveyard, and if they normal or special summon, you can summon back the Sunflower, and then you have your 2 negates right there, which they can't attack because Avermax. You do this on their turn which is crazy. So that's part of like the end board. If you didn't have like Gravekeeper's Trap set up against like an Ishizu tier deck, it would still kind of be the same board. You would just have Dweller instead of like Dugaris. So you can Dweller them like that, and then you would activate Dweller's effect, and then you can if you want to keep Dweller, you don't have to link him off. But it just depends what the situation calls for. I mean, once you resolve Dweller, you should be good, and you can shuffle them back. So you can link these off into the Avermax. They're Dweller. You have Nat Beast, and they can only attack this anyways. And you still have Cricket in your graveyard. So if they do any summons, you'll be able to summon this out from the... If they summon from the extra deck, you can summon this out. And then it does the same thing. You can quick effect tribute on their turn. Summon Camellia. Camellia is going to send the Sunflower. And if they're no more special, you can summon this out. And then they can't attack it. And again, you have 2 negates. So yeah, that's pretty much how I've been playing this deck. And that's how I was able to go undefeated at locals. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. If you enjoyed the deck profile, I'm glad to be back playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's been a long time. And yeah, we'll see you at regionals in Vegas coming soon. And I'm signing out. Peace. Looking forward to more content on this channel, so stay tuned. And we're out. Peace.